Uh, Today's topic is breastfeeding and complementary feeding. Myself, Dr. Upendra, Assistant Professor in Department of Pediatrics, Government Medical College, Surat. The topic has been prepared from Medical Council of India Competency-Based UG Curriculum 2018 Volume 2. In this lecture, the learning objectives are awareness on the cultural belief and practice of breastfeeding, physiology of lactation, composition and types of breast milk, advantage of breast milk, correct technique of breastfeeding, baby-friendly hospital initiative, perform breast examination and identify common problem during lactation, educate mother on antenatal breast care and prepare mother on lactation, educate and counsel mothers for best practice in breastfeeding, respect patient privacy, participate in breastfeeding, big celebration, complementary feeding, counseling and educate mother on best practice in complementary feeding. The red line the topics are covered in practical. In this lecture, only black color lines will topic are covered. So now start with lecture. What is exclusive BF? You know that only breast milk, nothing other than breast milk, except vitamin drops if indicated till 6 months, not even water. So exclusive BF is only giving breast milk, nothing other than breast milk. The breast milk is, you know that it is an ideal food for neonate. It is the best gift that a mother can give to her baby. It contains all the nutrients for normal growth and development of the baby. It ensuring exclusive BF for 6 months has the most effective intervention to reduce newborns and child deaths. Now we will learn about physiology of lactation. Lactogenesis is a complex phenomena involving many hormones and reflex. Two hormones there are more important are prolactin and oxytocin. The two major hormones for lactogenesis are prolactin and oxytocin. Prolactin reflex also called milk secretion reflex. Prolactin you can also remember by P by production. Prolactin for production of milk. Prolactin is produced by anterior pituitary gland, is responsible for milk secretion by alveolar epithelial cell. The prolactin is a hormone which acts on alveolar epithelial cell to secrete milk. The more the baby suck at the breast, the greater is the milk production. The earlier the baby is put to the breast, the sooner this reflex is initiated. So initiation is of this reflex require baby to attach breast. Greater the demand, more is production. It is therefore important for mother to feed early, frequently and empty out breast completely at each feeding session. Since prolactin is produced more during night time, so breastfeeding during night is very important for maintenance of this reflex. So prolactin reflex also called as milk secretion reflex. In this slide you can see that prolactin reflex for milk production. So milk secretion reflex secretes after feed to produce next feed. In this image, baby sucking, mother is breastfeeding her child. So you can see the efferent is when baby suck the nipple, the sensory impulse from nipple reach to the brain and anterior pituitary gland, prolactin is released. So enhancing factor for this reflex are sucking. When more the suck, more the hormone will produce. Expression of milk means breast is angus, then it will decrease the production. So expression of milk is also enhance the prolactin release. Emptying of breast, night feed. All these factors will going to enhance the prolactin in the blood. And some factors are hindering factors which will decrease the production of prolactin, which are that they are incorrect position. So incorrectly position, improper sucking, painful breast, prelactal feeds, top feeds. So when baby is given prelactal feeds or top feeds, so less frequently the babies are attached to the breast, so less the hormone will be produced. So in prolactin is reflex, the mother is ready for the next feed. So enhancing factors are sucking, expression of milk, emptying of breast, and night feeds. And handling factor are incorrect position, painful breast, electrical feeds, and top feeding. And ensure that baby should be fed at night time also, because prolactin hormone will release more at night. Oxytocin reflex. Oxytocin reflex, also called as a milk ejection reflex or let down reflex, as you know, that is a hormone produced by posterior pituitary gland. Oxytocin is responsible ejection of milk from gland into the lactiferous sinus. So the oxytocin hormone that have action on smooth muscle cell. You know that oxytocin on uterus will going to contract the uterus. Similarly, in breast, oxytocin is going to contract the myoepithelium surrounding epithelial gland. This hormone is produced in response to stimulation to the nerve ending. You know that both these hormones are produced only when baby suck the nipple. So when baby is attached to the breast, both hormones are produced. This hormone is produced in response to stimulation to the nerve ending in the nipple by suckling, as well as by thought, sight, and sound of the baby. This reflex is affected by mother's emotions also. So mother's emotions also affect this hormone level and also affects milk secretion and production. Since this reflex is affected by mother's emotion, a relaxed, confident attitude helps the milk ejection reflex. On other hand, tension and lack of confidence hinder the milk flow. In this image, you can show that oxytocin reflex for milk ejection. Milk ejection reflex. Oxytocin blood contract the myoepithelium. There are some enhancing factor which increase the hormone level of oxytocin, and some are hindering factor which going to decrease the level of oxytocin in blood. Which are that? Enhancing factor. Think lovingly of baby. Maybe mother thinks, and also about baby. Then also oxytocin is going to release sound of the baby, sight of the baby. Mother is relaxed, comfortable, and confident. Then this hormone is more going to release. And some hindering factor means mother is worried about child, worried about something, or mother is having stress, pain, and doubt. Then hormone going to be level will decrease. So you can see in image that baby suck the breast, the sensory impulse from nipple goes to brain in posterior pituitary gland, and hormone is released. So suckling by baby is the most important stimulus for production and secretion of milk in mother. Now describe the composition and type of breast milk and discuss difference between cow milk and human milk. Now we will discuss which are the composition of breast milk. So composition of breast milk, the composition of milk vary at a different times, points of lactation to suit the needs of the baby. First, colostrum, the milk secreted during the initial 3 to 4 days after delivery is in small quantity, yellow color and thick in consistency, contains large amount of antibody and immunocompetent cells also, and also rich in vitamin A, D, and E, K. Colostrum, giving colostrum also called giving first immunization to the child. So initially, first 3 to 4 days, the milk secreted from breast is called colostrum, followed by transitional milk. Transitional milk is the milk secreted after 3 to 4 days until 2 weeks. So after 3 to 4 days of delivery to 2 weeks, there is secretion of transition milk. The immunoglobulin and protein content gradually decrease while the fat and sugar contents increase. Now mature milk. Mature milk follow the transition milk. It is thinner and watery but contains all nutrients which are essentially for optimal growth of the baby. So milk is varies at different time points of lactation. Initially it is called colostrum, followed by transition milk, followed by mature milk. Preterm milk. Preterm milk is the milk of mother who deliver before 37 weeks. So you know that in preterm the growth is baby deliver prematurely. Does uh, growth is less than the term baby. So it requires growth of baby. For required growth of it contains more protein, sodium, iron, immunoglobulins, calorie as per the requirement of preterm baby. Foremilk and hindmilk. Foremilk is the initially is the milk secreted at the start of the feed. When baby breastfeed her child, the initially milk is secreted is called foremilk, which is watery and rich in protein, sugar, vitamins, minerals, and water that uh, uh, they complete is baby's thirst, increased baby's thirst. Hind milk. Hind milk comes later towards the end of the feed, richer in fat that provide more energy, give sense of satiety. Thus, composition of milk always vary during the phase of feeding. So that it is also called that you have to feed breastfeed completely because milk is rich in water and hind milk is rich in fat. So once at a time, ask mother to completely empty her breast for each feed and next feed for next breast. Uh, the diagram showing difference between colostrum and mature milk. Here you can see in colostrum the fat content is also more and protein content is also more as compared to carbohydrate. In mature milk, in milk, water content is high, carbohydrate content is high, fat content is low, and hind milk fat content is high. In human milk per 100 ml, the carbohydrate content is 7.4 gram, fat is 3.5 gram, protein 1.1 gram, water is 90 ml, and calorie content is 65 kilocalorie per 100 ml. Sorry, it's not 1000 ml per 100 ml. Carbohydrate. Human milk contain carbohydrate like lactose. Lactose is going to convert in glucose plus galactose. The galactose is important for human, so for formation of cerebrocyte, for myelination and maturation of nerve in central nervous system. Galactose also converted into lactic acid. The lactic acid also inhibit the growth of the harmful bacteria. Carbohydrates, human milk contain oligosaccharides which act as a fiber, also act as a prebiotic. In salicylic acid, like oligosaccharide, is also going to convert cerebrocyte. It's the carbohydrate content of human milk which going to help in development, maturation, myelination, synaptogenesis of human brain. It has been called that in mammals with higher IQ having higher galactose content in breast milk, and human milk contain higher concentration of galactose as compared to animal. Human milk protein is more of whey protein and casein. Whey protein casein ratio is 60 to 40%. It also contains some essential amino acid like cysteine and taurine. Also human milk contains proteins which are easily digestible and also containing immunoglobulins. Fat content is in human milk 65 is saturated, 30 are monounsaturated, 5 are polyunsaturated. The human milk contain DHA, lauric acid and caproic acid. The DHA is also for important for brain growth. Lauric acid and caproic acid act as anti-infective factors. Now, other anti-infective agents that are present in human milk are immunoglobulin, leukocyte, probiotics like bifidobacterium, lactobacilli, complement factor, lactoferritin, transferrin, lysozyme, oligosaccharide, growth factor, non-nutritional factor like digestive enzyme, hormone, trophic factors. The immunoglobulins and leukocyte which will going to help to prevent infection. Probiotic means human milk also contain organisms like bifidobacterium and lactobacilli. They are human friendly bacteria. They also contain complement factor, lactoferrin, transferrin, lysozyme, oligosaccharide, some growth factors also, and non-nutrition factor like digestive enzyme and hormone and trophic factor, which going to help for not only for digestion of human milk but also for maturation of human gut. As you know that you can see that carbohydrate content in human milk is 7.4 gram per 100 ml, sorry, and cow milk is 5 gram. Fat content is 3.5 gram and cow milk is 4 gram. Protein content is 1.1 gram and cow milk is 3.5 gram. Water content is 90 ml and cow milk content 87.8 ml. Calorie content is 65 and cow milk is 67. So human milk is more sweeter and thinner as compared to cow milk, as carbohydrate content of human milk is higher as compared to cow milk. The content is per 100 ml, not 1000 ml. As you can see that comparison of human and cow milk, the protein content is high in cow milk and lactose content is less in this image. The difference in quality of protein in different milk is also different. The human milk is not only species but also baby species. Human milk is for human baby's growth and cow milk is secreted to growth of head offspring. Human milk proteins which are containing less casein and more of anti-infective protein. The protein contains in cow milk is 80% is casein and whey protein content is very less. So human milk is easy to digest as compared to cow milk. Cow milk content is difficult to digest because of containing more of casein and less amount of whey proteins. And protein content is also high. Now we are going to discuss the advantages of breast milk. So what are the advantages of breast milk? Breast milk is going to not only beneficial to baby but also for mother and also for family. For baby it is a perfect nutrient. Breast milk contain all the nutrients which required for the baby except vitamin K and vitamin D. So we are going to supplement vitamin K at time of birth, also equal vitamin D for newborns. Breast milk is easily digested and efficiently used. It protects against infection. As protect against infection, as it contains anti-infective factors, immunoglobulins, leukocyte. It's having higher IQ. It has been studied that babies who are breastfed is having higher IQ as compared to formula feed. It stimulates all the five senses, even touch, vision, hearing, etc. It's less risk of allergy also. In future also, the risk of diabetes, hypertension, and non-communicable disease, these are less as compared to formula feed. This is also the advantage of giving breast milk to the baby, having lesser chance of allergic disorder in future like asthma and also this like non-communicable disease. For the mother, it's going to help the bonding and accomplishment. It will going to reduce the risk of bleeding, helps the delay a new pregnancy, reduce the risk of breast and ovarian cancer and osteoporosis, and post laser and then artificial feeding. So mothers does not have to prepare food. It's ready-made, so it is easily available. It's less time consuming as compared to giving formula feed, and also it is lesser costlier. The formula feed is going to costlier, so doesn't have to prepare for feeding. So not only this advantage, but also breast milk going to prevent infection to the baby. Now, enumerated baby-friendly hospital initiatives. To encourage and promote exclusive breastfeeding, baby-friendly hospital initiative was launched by WHO and UNICEF in March 1992. Also, we'll discuss about infant milk substitute, feeding bottle, infant food, Regulation of Production and Supply and Distribution Amendment Act 2008. This act was amended in 2003 and was act to implement from 1st January 2004. So these acts control the marketing and promotional activity of the baby food manufacturers and ensuring the proper use of breastfeeding substitute. Prohibition of any kind of promotion with restricted and controlled use of infant meat substitute and infant food. It will define responsibility of the health worker. For this act, we can't accept free sample, no commission, no financial assistance, advertisement as well as promotion of breast milk substitute in media is also prohibited, and distribution of pamphlet, calendar and clothes chart which will promote the infant milk substitute also is prohibited. There are the penalty in case of breach in this act. Penalty of imprisonment of not less than 6 months or it goes up to 3 years and fine up to 5,000 rupees. Now, when there is a violation against this act, where to report? There are 4 agencies which you can report it. First is Breastfeeding Promotion Network of India, Association of Consumer Action on Safety and Health, Indian Council for Child Welfare, Central Social Welfare Board. Now, these are the 10 steps of successful breastfeeding. In 10 steps of successful breastfeeding is initiated Baby Friendly Hospital initiative. First is have a written breastfeeding policy that is routinely communicated to health staff. There should be the written breastfeeding policy should be displayed not only antenatal care clinic but also in delivery room, mother care, in SNCU, and also staff should be informed about not accepting breast milk substitute and promote the exclusive breastfeeding. Now, train healthcare staff in skill necessary to implement this policy. There is some problem with small nipple, back nipple, Angos breast. So, healthcare staff should be trained to solve this problem. Inform all pregnant women about the benefit and management of breastfeeding. Pregnant mother not should be informed about breastfeeding and family members should be advised counseling regarding some problems like small nipple, back nipple can also be solved with before delivery. Fourth point is help mother to breastfeed within half hour. Breastfeeding should be started as soon as possible. Should be start within half hour of birth, and in case of cesarean as early as possible. Fifth is show mother how to breastfeed the child and how to maintain lactation even if they are separated from their infant. Sometimes when mother is sick or baby is sick, there may be needs of to keep the mother and baby separate. In this case, mother should be advised to express her breast milk so that breast milk can be given for their baby. Give newborn infants no food or drink other than breast milk unless medically indicated. So there is no pre-lactal feed should be given to the breast, to the newborns. Practice rooming in and allow mother and infant to remain together around the clock. And even in cesarean, baby and mother should not be separated. They should be kept together. Encourage breastfeeding on demand. Initially, in first week, the baby should be breastfed every 2 to 3 hours. At least 8 to 12 feeds should be given. But after that, you should encourage breastfeeding on demand. Whenever baby wants, give breastfeeding. Give no artificial feed or pacifier, also called dummy or soother, to breastfeeding babies. So, newborn should not be given any pacifier. When baby cry, pacifier, you should not give pacifier because it is going to be infect the baby. Now, 10th point is foster the establishment of breastfeeding support group and refer mother to them on discharge from the hospital or clinic. The breastfeeding women's support group should be established, and also they should be follow, and family member of the mothers also involved in exclusive breastfeeding. Now, awareness of cultural belief and practice of breastfeeding. It is the image showing the condition of Gujarat. First is early breastfeeding. The percentage the source is written in below. The early breastfeeding is only up to 48%. Early breastfeeding means within breastfeeding within 1 hour is percentage only 48%. Exclusive BF means breastfeeding giving till 6 months. The percentage is only 28, and after 6 months complement feeding started or not. So complement feeding started is only in 48%. Now overall 1, 2 plus 3 means breastfeeding started within 1 hour. Exclusive breastfeeding and starting of complementary feeding is only 19%. It is though even old data, but the data suggests the rate of exclusive BF is less. Rate of exclusively breastfeeding within 1 hour is also less. Exclusive breastfeeding also less, and starting of complementary feeding at the right age is also less. The combine of 1 to 3 is only 19%. It is very less. Now, in this figure, you can see that the percentage of child that could be prevented with 19% coverage of preventing intervention. These are the interventions by which you can going to prevent under 5 deaths. So, most important factor to prevent the under 5 death is exclusive breastfeeding, followed by insecticide treated net breastfeeding with ORS zinc. Zinc ORS, vaccination, clean delivery, water sanitizer, antenatal steroid, vitamin A, tetanus, etc. The most important factor to prevent death is also exclusive breastfeeding till 6 months. Now, we will discuss about complementary feed. So, what is complementary feed? It is a food to which complement the breast milk and ensure that the child continue to have enough energy, protein and other nutrients to grow normally. The figure will show that why complementary feeding is required only at 6 months of age. In this figure, you can see that with x-axis there is a age in months, y-axis there is a calorie content in breast milk. In first 6 months, the calorie requirement is up to all the calorie requirement are met with breast milk only. In 6 to 9 months, the calorie requirement deficiency with breast milk is 150 kilocalorie, and 9 to 12 months calorie deficiency if baby is only on breastfeeding, then calorie deficiency is more than 200 kilocalorie. So, right age to start the complementary feeding is 6 months because the requirement of calorie is high, and this calorie requirement can't be met with breast milk. In more than 1 year, the calorie calorie met with breast milk was only 30 to 40%. Now, we will discuss the principles, initiation, attributes, frequency, technique, hygiene related to complementary feeding, including IYCF. That factors to be considered while planning food for child. Food will be energy dense because our commercially food available, if you will dilute, the energy will be less. So you can increase the energy density by adding ghee, oil, also by adding jaggery or sugar. So you can make energy dense. Second is amount of feed. The amount of feed is also important. The amount initially after 6 months, starting for 1 to 2 teaspoon per day to increase gradually to 1 to 2 tablespoon to 1 to 3 cups of feed. Now consistency should be soft. Consistency should be easily palatable. The you should keep in mind that food that are easily stuck in the throat should be avoided, like nuts, grapes. Now, frequency of feeding. We will discuss about frequency of feeding later. And also, you keep in mind hygiene while preparing food. Food should be freshly cooked. Freshly cooked food should be used within 2 to 3 hours before preparing food, and you should also hand wash before feeding the child. Also hand wash and helping the child. You can't give leftover food in front of the child, but you have to help the infants for feeding. So, and you have to encourage the child for feeding. This is the right consistency of the food while preparing food. Also kept in mind about the balanced diet. Balanced diet is which is defined as nutritionally adequate, appropriate intake of food items that provide all nutrients in required amount and proper proportion. So, in food, the basic 4 or 5 groups of food should be included. Like first is cereals, pulses. Second is vegetables and fruit. Third is milk products. Fourth is meat, egg, fish. Fifth is oil and vegetable. So, balanced diet contains nutritionally all the micronutrients which is required for proper growth and development of the baby. In balanced diet, the carbohydrate content should be around 50 to 60%. You can also remember carbohydrate 60%, protein, fat 30%, and protein 10 to 12%. 60, 30, and 50. Now in this chart, you can see that up to 6 months, baby should be exclusively breastfed. There is no need of complementary feeding. Frequency is on demand. So here you can see the image. The mother is giving breastfeeding in 6 months onwards. So breastfeeding should be continued as often as child wants. But complementary feed should be started. What you can give? You can give maize roti, maize bread, maize biscuit mixed in sweetened undiluted milk, or maize roti, rice bread mixed in thick dal with added ghee and oil. Also you can give khichdi with added oil and ghee. You can also add cooked vegetable in this serving, or use sevaya, dalia, halwa, kheer. Prepare in milk or any cereal porridge, cook in milk or mash, boiled or fried potato. So you also have to remember the amount. Amount should be 1 katori. Frequency is 3 times per day. If breastfeeding, 5 times per day. If not breastfeeding, also remember that in 6 months onward, keep the child in your lap and feed with your own hand. So remember about amount, frequency, and consistency, and how to give the child. So after 6 months, it doesn't suddenly increase to 3. Frequency going to increase 3 to 5 times. It will gradually increase frequency and amount, which is recommended in this chart. In 12 months onward, 3 to 12 months to 2 years, as often as child wants. After 6 months, breastfeeding is continuing up to 2 months, but first offer complementary feeding. After completion of feeding, if child wants, then give breast milk. So remember that after 6 months, initially first offer complementary feeding, then offer breastfeed. In 12 months to 2 years, the amount is 1 to 1.5 katori. Frequency is 5 times, and after 1 year, You have to sit by the side of the child and help him to finish serving. After 1 year, baby self-eating habit can be occur. In 2 years onward, the, there is no need to prepare separate food. It can be given with family food. Frequency is 5 times per day, and so the child is finished the serving. So 3 major meal and 2 snacks. So total 5 times. Enumerate the common complementary feeding. Already mentioned about which you can give in complementary feeding. So recommended breastfeeding practices are: initiate breastfeeding soon after birth, avoid pre-lactal feed, exclusive EF up to 6 months, breastfeed day and night, and on-demand feed. Adequacy milk intake assessed by weight gain and urine frequency. Start complementary feed after 6 months with care of adequacy of frequency, quantity, and balanced diet, and continue breastfeed up to 2 years of age or beyond. The topic has been prepared from Care of Newborn, Meherban Singh, OP Guide, IOCF guideline, and IMNCI guideline. Thank you.